Hello YouTubers. I just got a really good deal on this power sweeper. It was a scratch and dent sale thing at what we have here in Canada known as Princess Auto, pretty much the same as your Harbor Freights and whatever. I did a little digging around and it looks like this exact sweeper has been repainted and rebadged by, oh God, gotta be close to a dozen different names that I came across. Anyway, it runs great, but it had lost all of its drive. The brush still rotates and everything, but it had just lost its motion. So I didn't really intend to actually record this, so I sort of started without you. But the transmission itself comes out really easily. There's just 4 bolts that hold it in there with nuts up on the top. Stick your wrench in the back, and zap zap, off she comes. And sorry, I did actually take the thing apart without you, but it's not terribly difficult. Pop the wheels off, lets it sit flush on your bench. There are 30 little screws. They're all identical, so you don't have to worry about mixing up the short ones and the long ones. There's some silicone that glues the case halves together, so a little bit of gentle prying, she'll all pop out. You take out the main shaft, and you're left with a bunch of bits and pieces. I did manage to find this parts diagram online, which really did help. It doesn't show a heck of a lot, but at least it shows you roughly what you're up against. So since this thing had neither forward nor reverse, I was kind of suspecting that there might be some shear pins somewhere inside the gear case that, well, had done their job and sheared. So if you look, let's see now, where is it here? Number 136, right here, they call this out just as a basic pin. Right there, straight pin, 4 by 18 millimeters, of course. They don't actually call it a shear pin, but it definitely is one. So the shear pin connects this dog. It's basically this and this are 2 halves of the dog. They're just like dogs in a straight cut transmission. Anyway, this piece here, half of the dog, via that pin on this shaft, connects to this gear here, which is this gear right here. And you can see there's a hole there, which is where the pin was. That's the other side of it. That there is the broken off pin that I found. And it is broken off in both the forward and the reverse. So here's the dog. There's the hole. There's the pin. And I know here's the dreaded thing that we all hate that never work, these easy outs, but in this particular application, it worked like a hot damn. I just drilled out about, I don't even know how far down I went, half, 3/4 of the way through the pin, drifted in the easy out, and I literally grabbed it with my fingers and gave it a little wiggle, and it popped right out of the hole. So this is the one that's still assembled. There's a cross pin here, which is sort of held in place by this spring. The spring's not particularly strong, so if you can actually pull the spring back with your hands and then just take a light little brass hammer and give that a quick tap and she'll come right out. Now let's take the pin out, take the spring off, and then you'll find this snap ring is way down in there. Real pain in the ass to get out, quite frankly. But anyway, you get the snap ring off, which then allows you to take this guy off, and then you will see the aforementioned pin, which connects Mr. Gear here to Mr. Dog. So I don't have any of those pins, so we're gonna have to engage the lathe later, I think, and create 2 of these pins, which shouldn't be terribly difficult. I mean, come on, it's a straight chunk of metal. How hard can that be, right? Anyway, other than that, you replace the pins, glue it all back together, shove all the pieces back into the gear case. I don't know, that gear, lube, grease, whatever in there. It's looking pretty disgusting. I may change that out. There was a bead of silicone all the way around the perimeter. I guess that obviously keeps it all involved. Oh, look, there it is. Some of the silicone. So make sure you replace all the silicone. And come on, focus, you know what. And yeah, slammer jammer all back together. Should be good to go. Anyway, so hopefully that helped. And after this, I should have a perfectly good running sweeper. Anyway, that's it for now. See y'all later.